Hey everyone, it's Coach Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're serious about your fitness goals, you know that vacations can sometimes feel tricky. You finally get a break and you want to enjoy it, but there's always that little voice in your head asking, am I going to lose all of my progress on vacation? So here's the good news. You can absolutely enjoy your vacation without undermining your hard work if you know what to focus on. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I went on vacation, ate the foods I loved, didn't track anything, and still came back to a new low weight without losing any of my fat loss progress. I'll walk you through exactly what happened, how I approached the trip, and why this experience says so much about the work I've been able to put in behind the scenes that just is going to help you on your journey as well too. So let's get into it. Before we dive in here, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Instagram at JenWallFitness for fitness and nutrition tips to help you get stronger, leaner, and more confident in your body. So I have a list of questions with details that you may want to know so that you can be successful on your vacations coming up this summer as well. Let's dive into it. So for vacation, it really wasn't a true vacation. I just took time away from work while still being able to help a friend move to North Carolina, and I used it as an excuse to be able just to kind of get out of state and take some time off of work. And again, it wasn't a true vacation because we were busy moving and getting my friend situated in their new home. So kind of going on vacation, I didn't feel uncertain or uncomfortable with the idea of not being in my routine. Actually, as a matter of fact, because my friend and I have a very similar lifestyles, we are both into lifting and running, and we don't drink. So us being able to stay consistent with those habits as we were gone was very important to both of us, which allowed me to get my lifts in and my runs in, and for me to not worry so much about drinking, which is again something that I don't do. In preparation for this, I did mention to my coach that what I wanted to do was to be able to enjoy foods out on the weekends. So usually each week I take a free meal on Fridays after my long runs, and I decided to put my free meal on Saturday so that I could do my long run on Saturday because I was traveling starting on Friday. And then from there, I said in my check-in to my coach what I planned to do was have that one meal out on Saturday and Sunday, and then not worry about Monday or Tuesday and eat in or like prepare foods ourselves on Tuesday and Monday. So because my friend was in the process of moving, we didn't exactly have everything quite prepared yet for the place of stay. And because of the location, we decided that we also wanted to kind of take some trips into the city as well as down to the beach to experience those places too. So we were on the move each day. We were in a new hotel each night, and we were in a new city each day, which means we didn't have a place to just stay and just have food prepared. We did end up eating out more often. My approach to this was, because we were in a new hotel each day, I bought food. The first thing I did was I went to a store and I bought protein and I bought carbs. I bought some yam patties and I bought some faux meat that I usually eat on a daily basis in order to make sure that I had a good protein source. I also packed before the trip protein shakes in the prepackaged bottles, as well as Nugo bars, because I do love having a little chocolatey sweet treat with my Nugo bars, and the protein shakes, because they're already packed, they're not going to be messy, and I didn't want to have to worry about having protein powder and then cleaning out a shaker bottle. So that was how I kind of planned for the trip, making sure that I had a couple of staple items that I could take on the plane and bring down. And the protein, the prepackaged or the faux meat, was able to be kept in the refrigerator, and we had a cooler so that it could travel to different places with us as well too. At the beach, we did go out to eat, and this is when we did the long run as well as the free meal for me. I ended up grabbing a Thai pizza as well as the best vegan ice cream that I could ever tell you about, and I found out recently that they actually ship those pints to you, so I'm going to be ordering a ton of pints of ice cream online. Let me tell you, Boombalotties, my goodness, the ice cream was phenomenal. So that was Saturday, and then coming into Sunday. So on Sunday, we got up, I did my lift, I did my run, we went to brunch, and then we spent the day at the beach. And then we had a long drive back into the cities to the hotel. And then at the hotel, I had my leftovers from Saturday, which was the pizza. I also had my fake chicken and my yam patties as well too. And then on Monday, we had another long day. We had our lift, got that done, went back into the cities, and then we stayed at the hotel having dinner out at a beautiful restaurant called Glass House in the Research Triangle of North Carolina, and they had amazing food. And that's how I kind of spent the weekend. We were traveling again, city to city, to the beach, having wonderful dinners out, and making sure that I had my staples for when I started my day. That way I could be at least a bit on track. Now, at this time, because we were so busy, I did not track any of my food, and I did not stay on target at all, except for 2 days. On Friday, because I was traveling on Friday, and on Tuesday, because I was also traveling on Tuesday. And because when I arrived, I made sure that we got food for me on Friday to make sure I had my staples. Then on Tuesday, I traveled in the morning, and I was able to get home on Tuesday afternoon to be able to finish my day and be able to meet those nutrition targets. So the reason I was able to stay on track on Friday and on Tuesday is those were my 2 travel days. So on Friday, I got up, I had my breakfast, had my Nugo bars, was able to stay on track. When I landed, we went to the store, we grabbed my staples, and I was able to have the dinner that would meet my nutrition targets. Same thing for Tuesday. Again, I got up, I had my Nugo bars, I had a protein shake, and I was able to fly home in the afternoon. Then I could finish the day for dinner meeting my nutrition targets. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday were the days that I went over on my nutrition targets. So in terms of maintaining my fat loss progress and not losing any of that, prior to vacation on Sunday, I did hit a low of 122.2 pounds, and then my period arrived, it came, it stayed through my vacation, and then after my vacation, after my long run, I hit a new low of 120.5 pounds. So this is the lowest that I've weighed in the past year at 120.5 pounds, because I started my very first cut in June of 2024, ended my cut in November of 2024, and then I started my cut again in February of 2025, and now it is April 2025, and I hit that new low being 0.7 pounds lower than what I had hit back in November of 2024. Because I took pictures of all of my food on vacation, I was able to track what food I ate, and then I plugged it in after vacation so that I can at least have the data to see what that nutrition looked like while I was gone. For the 5 days that I was gone, Friday to Tuesday, my nutrition averages out to be protein at 143 grams per day, carbs at 338 grams per day, fats at 97 grams per day, and my calories being 2,798 calories per day on average across those 5 days. On the 3 days that I ate out, being Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I did average over 3,000 calories per day for each of those. Specifically, on Saturday, I ate 3,800 calories, on Sunday, I ate 3,200 calories, and on Monday, I ate 3,600 calories. So why do I think that I still made fat loss progress while on vacation? One big factor is that I don't drink. When we do drink, our body goes through the process with alcohol of taking the nutrients that we have, carbs, proteins, and fats, and actually storing them away and not using them. So those get converted into their forms so that they can be stored away in the body. Because I don't drink, I didn't have that concern or that problem of the body automatically storing those nutrients away. My body could process those and actually use those, which is not what will happen under the circumstances of alcohol. The other factors that I contribute this to is that I do take and put a focus on muscle quantity, muscle quality, and metabolic flexibility. So you probably don't understand what these terms are, and I'm going to go ahead and explain them for you. Muscle quality refers to how well your muscles function, not just how big they are. High quality muscle is strong relative to its size, it's dense, it has more contractile tissue, less fat or inflammation inside the muscle, and it is efficient at producing force and power, and it is more insulin sensitive, meaning it uses carbohydrates better. So muscle quality equals better performance, strength, and health of the muscle, not just size, and you want muscles that are strong, dense, and metabolically active, and that's one thing that I put a focus on as I'm going through my training and cardio routines. For muscle quantity, that simply refers to how much total muscle mass you have. More muscle equals higher resting metabolic rate, so you burn more calories at rest. More muscle also means better glucose storage or carbohydrate storage and usage, which means the muscle is going to be the biggest storage place for carbs to be. So instead of turning carbs into fat and storing it away as fat, your body can actually put it into the muscle and store it there. And then more muscle also means better strength, resilience, and aging benefits. So in short, muscle quantity is the amount of lean tissue that I carry on my frame, and I make sure to focus on body composition and not just losing weight or seeing the scale go down. I focus on losing fat, making sure that I am keeping that lean muscle tissue on my body as I lose weight. Last but not least is metabolic flexibility. And this is really important and often overlooked on the fitness journey. Again, as most people do focus on the scale, but they don't focus on how they're getting the scale to drop. Metabolic flexibility means that my body is switching efficiently between using carbohydrates and fats for fuel depending on what is needed at that time. So at rest or during easy activity, my body is using primarily fat, and during intense exercise, my body is primarily using carbs. A person with good metabolic flexibility can burn fat effectively at rest and during lower intensity exercise, burns carbs efficiently during high intensity workouts, recovers faster between sessions, and can handle higher carb meals without extreme blood sugar swings. So metabolic flexibility is my body's ability to adapt its fuel source to match the demand. Okay, so not only did I focus on these 3 things, but I also just focused on maintaining the habits that I typically have, making sure that I completed my workouts, making sure that my activity level was still there, and making sure that I did my runs, etc. Maintaining habits is the most important piece of your progress, and I always say to my clients to focus on the process before the progress. If you focus only on the outcome and the progress, you won't get that, because what's necessary is to first focus on the process. So focus on the process, not just the progress, and your habits are a part of that process. The other aspect to understand here is making sure that we're not just eating less and moving more in order to lose weight. We also need to make sure that we're supporting our metabolism. And this includes things such as nutrition periodization, which includes diet breaks, refeed days, free meals, and reverse diet. We can consider my weekend away a diet break, because I did have 3 days of intentional eating where I was just eating the foods that I enjoyed and eating to my satisfaction. That being said, when it comes to your body's metabolism really at the end of the day is your body's ability to take food, aka fuel, and turn it into energy so that you can perform tasks. Whether that means tasks of growing and maintaining hair, muscle, nails, tissue, keeping your heart beating, your lungs breathing, your digestion going, or tasks that mean exercising, working out, cleaning your house, having energy to take care of your kids, play with your kids, etc., so on and so forth. Whatever it is, metabolism is your body's ability to take food, aka fuel, and turn it into energy to perform tasks. If you do not feed your body, you will not have a metabolism, because food is required to have a metabolism to turn into energy. Okay, so making sure to know that your goals are not just going to come from starving or restricting yourself. Your goals are going to come, you're going to achieve them by actually fueling your metabolism. And last but not least is everything leading up to vacation also helped me with vacation. What I do consistently, going back to those habits, I kept that consistently prior to vacation, I kept it on vacation, and after I got back from vacation, I also continued back into my workouts, back into my routine, back into my nutrition targets, getting back on track ASAP. So consistency is really important for you to be able to make progress. Your body is very adaptable. It will adapt to what you give it, and you want to give it the right stimuli, but you also just want to be consistent so that it can get back on track with what it does best. So if you feel that you're afraid to mess up on vacation, I would resort back to your habits and back to your routine, making sure that you have those in place prior to vacation. I must say that with this journey and going on vacation, I felt my absolute best. I went shopping for new clothes to be able to wear new outfits on vacation, and I love the process of clothes shopping. I love the process of buying new swimsuits, as I have made so much progress on my fitness journey, and it was really exciting to be able to do that. And I want you to also be able to experience that as well too. Have that confidence in your body, have that ability to know that your body is working for you, it's not working against you, and that you can have your cake, you can have your pizza, you can have your ice cream, you can eat it too, and you can have the body that you love. And on the day-to-day basis and during those special occasions such as vacations, you can still have it and feel good. You don't have to choose this or that. You don't have to choose between looking good and feeling good and enjoying life and so on and so forth. You can have it all. It's completely possible for you. And if that's something that you are looking for, let me know. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. All right, so to wrap this up, vacation isn't about being perfect. It's about staying intentional. When you keep your mindset, movement, and habits flexible but consistent, you don't maintain your progress. You build the skill of being unstoppable in any environment. And when you focus on the right things, you will also be able to have the body that you want while living the life that you want. If this helped you feel more confident for you to go on vacation, like this video, drop a comment, and share where you're traveling next. Share this with a friend who feels stressed about vacation, and let me know your biggest takeaways. If you want to apply for coaching to work with my team, click the link down below so we can schedule a consultation call where I'll walk you through step by step the process that it will take for you to reach your fitness goals. And again, like this video, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at GenWallFitness. I'll see you in the next video.